Alright, you guys. Oh, what a mess she made in there. So I got my plants. I'm going to figure out... Ooh, my fish got scared and ran. They swam away, I should say. I'm going to put these all in a Rubbermaid container. Either that or I'm going to use something that will help get these guys started. Let me show you what I mean. Look at all my projects I'm doing. Plants, roses, and then I have this trough here. And I have some plants in there that I got, and all of them are doing really well. Yeah, those are new. Those ones in the center of the screen. So I need to do something similar to this, and as you can see they get some sun. So I need to get them started. So I might just put something right over here as well. And I do have like a little solar power thing, but it's not on for some reason. Oh, it's got some shadow. I do have a battery, I just have to protect it so I don't want the rain to get to it through rain. So let me get these established and in a container, and then hopefully I can do that so that way you guys can see what's happening. Okay, so I didn't have a Rubbermaid container big enough, so this is a cat bottom pan. It has a little bit of a slope on the bottom and it's much taller on top, so I stuck that in there. I recently inherited 4 turtles and 2 of these that you see right here, and basically it sucks water through the bottom part and then it flows over the edge. So you could have this lift it out of the water a little bit more and you can see more of a waterfall. So this will just keep it cool and oxygenated, but I'm going to go ahead and put these plants in here just to get them acclimated to this pond water. That's why it's this color. It's not filtered pond water because I still am making a DIY pond filter. So I'm going to put these in here to acclimate them to this temperature, and at the same time I'm going to open them up and let them go in here, checking each plant, making sure that they don't seem to have like a bunch of like you know, pond snails and stuff, which probably they will have that, or eggs, but if you can eliminate anything, it'd be perfect. So yeah, the water's nice and cool, so I'm just going to leave these in here and let them acclimate, and then after that, just kind of like fish, but you don't have to do that. It's just so I don't shock the plants. And then I'm going to put them in here and grow them in here for a little bit. So I might get some tiny pots and put some gravel and a little bit of soil and weigh them down, so that way they can kind of acclimate in this little cat tub. So that's it for now. I'll show you some more updates. Here's the water lilies. I'm really excited about this one. I just have it in a bowl for now. But it's not too sunny over here, even though I'm making the video in the sun so you guys can see it. But I'm hoping this will do really well. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this hornwort, I believe the name is. I'm kind of new to it. I remember them selling them in stores and stuff. Like I was saying, I'm not sure if I said much details about it, but basically I'm trying to make sure that these stems are at least in good shape when they're in the water, because a lot of this did shed because of the warm temperature. So that's okay. It'll break down and get filtered out, but I think what I'm going to do is try to get as much of this I can into a container and see, like a pond container, and see how it does. It should come back. It always does, especially with all the sun and everything, and especially when it has something to eat like the pond fish water. So we'll see. I'm going to try to figure out where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to put it with my guppies. Okay, so I kind of moved a few plants over and made a little space over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this and try to shake off what I can, stick it in here and hope for the best. Doing it again. Hopefully I'm not putting it through too much shock, but we will see. Kind of have to spaghetti it out. And I have some in here that I ordered from the same seller, and it's actually growing. See if I can find some. I moved it around. Here's some right here. See, it's nice and perked up. It's a little lime in the color, but it's, you know, going through its shock, but that's because I got that about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to try to take as much of this as I can out and stick it in here, and it should do okay. So we'll see. Okay, so I stuck as much as I could in there, And I poured out the rest, which is just mainly water with a little bit of the broken little leaves. But everything should do well. Let me see, I'm trying to pick out, here's some pieces. They should perk up. I just got to get the oxygen in here, this little pump going, so it'll help keep it happy. So I will do a little update if I can remember, or if anybody asks. We'll see how this does. I'm kind of excited about all this other stuff. Everything else has done really well. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Okay, guys, I'm excited to see what this stuff is in person. Oh, I know what some of this is. Look how cute. They're little baby. Oh, they're so cute, baby water hyacinths. Oh my god, those are so cute. I've never seen one so little. I haven't been in Florida in years. I grew up there as a kid. So some of these are that. Look. That is so cute. I have some bigger ones I'll show you guys. What's this? Looks like she threw in something else. That's pretty. Ooh, I hope that does really well. It should, because I have my, this is pond water. And so it's natural. It's not even a natural, it's not even a fake setup or anything. Now, you know what? Someone gave me this one time before, and I grew it like a house plant instead of a pond plant, and it wasn't successful. But this should be successful, because I can tell that this is a water type plant. So I'm going to put this in here and see how it does. That's exciting. Okay, now let's open these up. Like I said, you guys, this is my little quarantine. So whatever I'm pulling out here and putting in here, it's just going to be in here. And then from there, later on, I'll take them out and put them where they're supposed to. Oh, look, they're already growing. Just like when you cut off scallions, you can regrow them over and over and over. Look at that. That is so exciting. I need to find out exactly what these are. Here's some little ones here. Cool. There's two more, except one of them we already know what it is. It's duckweed. And if I put it in here, it's going to be everywhere. So I think I'm just going to put that in a bowl, and then from there I'm going to put it in my pond, and a little bit of it in here, and a little bit in somewhere else. Okay, finally got to that. So this has some roots. So I'm going to have to put this in a pot with, that's the stuff that smells like lettuce. You know when lettuce gets wet and it stinks after it's been, rotting? That's kind of what that smelled like a little bit when I got the box. I'm going to put this in a small pot with gravel, so they can be straight up and they can do their thing instead of laying like this sideways. And then this stuff, you guys already know, I'm going to move it around and put it in different spots. These are so cute, but did you see the variety of plants that I got? That's amazing. I'll have to put how many varieties, but this is exciting. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for a follow-up, and we'll see how they're doing. I may end up just putting some stuff in here. I already have a few things there. I'm working on a pond filter for right there. It's a DIY homemade filter, and I'm thinking about expanding, taking this cherry tree, it's in a pot, out of there, cleaning up a little bit in here, and doing another waterfall with some more water plants, like a bog, and that way it'll fall into this one, and then this one will fall into that one, and so it'll be a slow stream. This is some bog bean I got from a lady a long time ago, last year I should say, and I got like a foot of it, less than a foot, and I got 2 pieces, and look how big they are. They're in 2 pots. I plant them in some pots. I'm not sure if I showed you guys videos on that. I might have, but oh, let me show you. There they are. There's my bigger, I got 5 or 6 of these, I think it was, from her, and look how beautiful and healthy. They've gotten bigger and they're floating, and when I got one of them, it already had a flower on it, and so these are doing great, and I think I see some babies. Yay! So look at that. So happy. Cool. Well, stay tuned for a follow-up, and I'll show you guys how they're doing. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for the plants. I'm so excited. I hope everyone checks out your website. I'll see you guys in the next video. Look how it expanded. Put a little bit more. It's like putting in a capsule. Bloop. I love duckweed. Let's see, I have a little bit of it in here. So I'm going to put it on this side. Flop a little bit in here. I want some in my main pond too, so we'll put, oh, that was a lot. Wow, that was a big ball. Look at this. Holy moly. Ducks and chickens love duckweed. That's why they call it that. It's a weed, it grows everywhere. Now let's go put some in the big pond. And by big pond, I just mean my front entrance pond. There was some in here, but there's like barely any at all. But that's because the koi and the goldfish ate it all. Oops, come back. Trying to... That's all I need is someone in the background to make noise and talk. Okay, here we go. That spread like crazy just now. Look at that. Hopefully the fish don't try to eat that too fast. That's so funny. I see movement under there. Why is that moving? Someone's already trying to eat. That's funny. So today I'm going to give this a new home. I'm going to put these in here because they did better in here than they did in a smaller container. That's why two of those are a little bit, I'll show you this, well that one right there. That one's more spread open while this one's tighter because these went into the pond immediately. So let's put these guys, these cuties, these babies in here. I also want to put this little tiny thing right here. See, it floats. That should stay there because there's some kind of a grass thing right there. And it should do well right where you see it. So I hope that grows and expands. And then there's the two little babies. Got them in there. Plants. I'm getting them set up in here first before they get in their containers and then into their pond later on. So it's time to plant some of this stuff. I'm just going to be planting it in some simple soil, nothing with high nutrients or anything like that because I don't want the pond water to go green and yucky. And then I'm going to put some rocks on top of it. So some of these aren't looking so great, but they should bounce back. And if we lose a few, you know, at least we have tons right here. So let's give it a try and see how it looks. I've removed a little bit of the soil so I can plant in there and add a little bit of soil and then rocks on top. That was a little bit of a mess, but I put some soil in there and I got it all tucked in. Now I need to put some rocks to hold it down so the fish don't uproot these. I got all the gravel in there. The last thing to do is to get yourself some pond water, which has the bacteria. And that way I don't use the city water. And we're just gonna rinse off the top. Make sure the soil settles down. Make it look clean so when I stick it in the pond, it can get stimulated with roots. Because this has actually been in water and I want to put it back in water, making sure it's okay. So don't use your city water to do this part. Go ahead and grab yourself a little container like this and do a nice little rinse and a little drink. Make sure all the little dirt particles settle. Ooh, that's heavy. This wave petunia basket works perfect for this. These are going to be my starts. Now I do have 3 more to plant and I'll show you that. So let me show you guys how I'm going to plant these. These have a lot of roots and they're much bigger. I'm not going to do any soil in here at all because the water that we're putting this in has a lot of bacteria. So it's kind of like a little aquaponics. So what I'm going to do, since these are much bigger, is I'm going to measure out how many rocks I'm going to need at the bottom to weigh this down. And then right on top, I'm going to be adding rocks to weigh this down. No soil at all. I do this with a lot of my plants that I do know that don't need the actual substrate soil. Later on, when I get some different type of baskets, I can put these in a actual proper pot that's aquatic pots. I'm not sure what the actual name is. And that way I can keep them in the pond, getting good circulation and getting the roots nice and covered. There you go. So there's that one. Let me go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll be done. Planted. Rinse, get it a little bit wet. Rinse off any of the bacteria or powder, whatever that might go into the pond. You can see that one's already trying to grow. So let's go ahead and put these in the pond, and that should be that. So I guess maybe what I'll do is see how these guys do, and I will do another video of an update. You're hearing baby chicks in the background. It's getting less sun today, and they're getting cold. Let's put these in here. Two right there. This one. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Here. That one didn't even have soil and it acted like it had soil. Ooh. There's one right here. And the last one right here. These barely stick out, which is fantastic. That's why you have the edge of the pond there. This is what I bumped into just now. Put my netting over so the blue herring doesn't come in here and disturb everything and try to eat my fish. Again, all my koi, 50 of them are gone. Okay.